I used to avoid configuring site-to-site VPN on Cisco FTD when being managed by FMC because troubleshooting was painful. You see, while configuring the tunnel, you have all of these different components that you have to put together, like IC version, the ciphers, the pre-shared key, and at the end, the tunnel might not work. And if you have to troubleshoot, like get real detailed information, you have to go into CLI mode, which in Cisco Firepower is not very easy to understand or to figure out what is the problem. But now I found a way to deploy a working tunnel without sweating, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, this is the topology that we'll be using, and it's made of two sides. So we have the headquarter and we have branch side. On the headquarter, we have our Cisco firewall FTD being managed by FMC. So it has two subnets essentially that we care about. So on the outside, we have the 172.16.1.0. This is like the internet or the external network, and the firewall has the IP address 172.16.1.1. On the inside or the LAN interface, we have the network 10.0.1.0. The firewall has the IP address 10.0.1.1, and I have one Ubuntu machine on this network with the IP 10.0.1.2. On the branch side, we have a FortiGate firewall, and it has the IP address on the outside interface 172.16.1.2. On the inside or the LAN interface, it has the IP address 10.0.2.1 on the subnet 10.0.2.0. And I also have a PC here with the IP address 10.0.2.2. Now, for the sake of time, I won't show you how to deploy this topology, but there are plenty of videos here on my channel that show you how to deploy FMC with FTD and even how to deploy FortiGate firewall. Okay, we start by configuring the FortiGate firewall. So to do that, let's go to VPN, IPsec tunnel, create new IPsec tunnel, and the name is going to be a branch. So let's go IPsec no branch to headquarter, something like this. Okay, this is going to be a site-to-site, no net between sites. Remote device is going to be a Cisco, and click on next. The remote IP address, so that's going to be the FTD outside interface. It's 172.16.1.1, and it's going to automatically select the outgoing interface on the FortiGate. So now the pre-share key, this has to be a value that is going to match on FTD as well. So CCI 65545, double check, yeah, click on next. Now the local interface, this is where we say, okay, what are the interfaces or the subnets that we want to send inside the tunnel? So they are on port 3, 10.0.2.1, okay, so this is the network 10.0.2.0, and the remote subnet, that's going to be the LAN behind FTD. It's 10.0.1.0/24. Okay, click on next. The following settings should be reviewed. Yes, so just make sure that everything is okay. We're going to create. Okay, the VPN has been set up. Now we're not done yet, so let's go to show tunnel list. Some adjustments we want to make. So first we're going to convert this to a custom tunnel. And let's first check here. So everything seems okay. So go to edit. So first we want to use IC version 2. We want to disable all of these different options. So we want to use weak ciphers. Just delete all of these. For Diffie-Hellman, we're going to use only Diffie-Hellman 14, and we're going to save that. As for phase 2 selectors, let's see what we have here. Let's expand this. So we only want to use this SHA-1 and want to disable this Diffie-Hellman 5. Okay, we have to pay attention to this value because the key lifetime has to match on both firewalls. Okay, so for now we're going to leave 43,200. We're going to save this. Okay, and now let's go to Cisco FTD. Okay, so here on Cisco FTD, let's go to devices, VPN, site to site, and here we're going to create a new VPN tunnel topology. So we're going to give it a name that's going to be headquartered to branch. That's going to be a point-to-point IPsec v2. So now node A, that's going to be FTD. So device name, we're going to select FTD here, and the interface, we're going to select the outside interface, and it's going to pop up the IP address. Okay, so now which networks we want to protect or we want to send inside the tunnel. So you can create the object, like selecting here plus and add the network. I have done this already, so I have the network. It's going to be 10.0.1.0. Okay, that's the network, the LAN network behind FTD. And so now we can save these. As for node B, that's going to be the parameters for FortiGate. We're going to click on plus, and device, we're going to select extranet, and the device name, we're going to give it a name like FortiGate V1, and the IP address, it's 172.16.1.2. Okay, that's going to be the outside IP address on FortiGate. For subnets, we're going to add the local networks behind FortiGate firewall. In this case, it's going to be 10.0.2.0. Okay, I already created this object, and we're going to add this. Okay, so node A is going to be FTD. Node B is going to be FortiGate. Okay, so now let's go to IPsec. Don't save yet. So here on IPsec v2 settings, we want to change these. Okay, we're going to create our new IPsec v2 policy. So I have mine created already, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So give it a name like IPsec v2. Actually, I'm going to use this one, IPsec v2 policy. Just copy this as description, and priority, I'm just going to add 1. Now lifetime, it's 86400. Want to make sure that this value matches on FortiGate. If you go to FortiGate, let's edit the tunnel. So that should be authentication. Let's see here. Yes, the same value. Okay, we're going to leave it as it is. Okay, so now let's go and select the algorithms to encrypt this session. So integrity, we want to use SHA-1. Encryption, we want to use DES. PRF, we're going to use SHA. Diffie-Hellman is going to be 14. Okay, so we're going to save this IPsec v2 policy. That was the name. We're going to select this IPsec v2 policy, and we're going to remove this one. Okay, so now let's save this. Okay, so now we're using our new policy, IPsec v2 policy, and for authentication type, this is where we're going to set the pre-share key that we did set on the FortiGate. Okay, so it has to match CCIE 65745, PCIe 657. Oh, my bad there. Okay, 65745. Okay, so make sure. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, don't save yet. Go to IPsec now. So we're going to leave this as default, but we want to change here the transform sets for IPsec v2. Okay, so we're going to edit this. We're going to create a new IPsec v2 proposal. So just like we did there, change this proposal, copy. So hash is going to be SHA-1, and encryption we want to use DES. Okay, I'm gonna save this, and so let's go to IPsec v2 proposal, and we want to remove this one. Okay, so we want to make sure that both firewalls only agree on the parameters that we want. So what else? So we also have to enable PFS here on the FTD, because if you recall here on FortiGate, if we go to phase 2, we did set enable PFS. Okay, so make sure that this value match on both firewalls. Okay, the other value that we have to make sure that is the same is the lifetime duration. So here on Cisco it's 28,800, but here on FortiGate is 43,200. So we want to change this to 2800 and save this. Okay, so now they match. I believe we have everything in place. Now let's go to advanced, and what else do we have here? So IPsec tunnel, Now we want to enable this access control for VPN traffic, is that so that we don't have to create the access control policies to filter this traffic that is going through the tunnel. Okay, we're just going to enable these and we're going to save it. Okay, we still have one step to do on FTD, and it is to create NAT exemption, meaning we don't want the firewall to translate or to apply NAT when traffic from the LAN is going to this other side of the firewall. So let's go to devices, NAT, and we already have a NAT policy here. So we're going to add a rule. Okay, it's going to be a manual rule, and for the inside we're going to set the source, the outside we're going to set as the destination. Now here in translation, we're going to set the original source, so that's going to be our LAN 10.0.1.0. we want it to be the same, meaning don't translate. As for the destination, we're going to do the same thing, 10.0.2.0. we want it to keep the same. Okay, that's it. Let's go to advanced, and here we want to disable do not prox ARP on destination interface and perform route lookup for destination interface, and you can save it. Okay, so now let's save those changes and deploy on the firewall. Okay, and it looks like the deployment was successful. So we go to devices, VPN, site to site. We see that the tunnel is still showing as unknown. Okay, if we hit the refresh, okay, it doesn't look like it's working. Let's take a look on FortiGate. So here on FortiGate also looks like it's down. If we go to dashboard, IPsec monitor, so this widget probably you're gonna have to add it, and let's try to bring up this tunnel. Okay, so okay, it looks like it didn't work. Let's do it once again. All face selected. Looks like it's not working. Let's try to initiate some traffic from the LAN, so one of the PCs on this network. Okay, so here let's try to ping our remote PC, and it's like unreachable. Okay, so this might mean something else. Let's go back to FTD, and if we edit this, let's go to IPsec. I didn't enable PFS, so now I have to enable this, save this change, and so now let's deploy this again. Okay, we can see that now the tunnel status distribution says it's active, which is great. So now let's go to FortiGate just to double check on that, and we can see that the tunnel is up and there is already some traffic going there. So if I hit refresh, that should be increasing. Okay, which is great. Now if you go to one of the clients and try to send ICMP again, we can see that we are actually talking with the other PC on the other side. And that's how you deploy a site-to-site IPsec VPN between FTD managed by FMC with a FortiGate firewall. Now, if you took a value from this video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.